articulated. Is that sort of justifiable punishment, do you think?
Well, I think if you look at the evolution of the rules that have been put in place over the years, and particularly from last year, it made it difficult, I guess, to come up with any other decision other than what was handed down at the tribunal last night. And you know, we're very much doing as much as we can as an industry to try and protect our players, and the game's moving forward all the time with legislation to be able to do that, and we're trying to educate our players as much as we can as far as how to attack any contest there is in the game, and also knowing that at times it's going to happen, and in the end we'll do our best to prevent those type of incidents happening. But unfortunately, it is a contact game, and sometimes these things happen. I mean, the good thing from our perspective is that Harry's pulled up really well, and so yesterday he was in great spirits, feeling really good about himself. Today he's fantastic. He's in, feeling really good. So that's our main concern. And so, we talk about the ban and the this and that. The first questions about that, my first point of call is always with Harry and our player. So that's the main thing from my perspective, is to make sure he's feeling good, which he is.
There were reports. Sorry, is it surprising to you that, given all that, and where we know that the game is headed with head-high contact and all of that, that there's still, both within the current AFL playing group and the pundits who sit around it, there's still debate about whether or not that was a footy action?
Well, there's always going to be debate. There's going to be a debate about everything, isn't there, all the time. So I don't think it's, there's always going to be different opinions out there. All we can do as coaches is to move with the times and move with the legislation and move with the rules of the game at the time. And we've been trying to do that. And when these incidents happen, it's just a matter of caring as much as we can for the player. And so from our perspective, the only thing I found a little bit interesting was when some of the blame got directed at Harry. Now, I think that was maybe a little bit unfair. But the main thing is, as I said, from my perspective, that he's feeling really good, and his health and well-being is always at the forefront of us.
There were reports that he couldn't remember the incident, the match, or the aftermath. Is that the case? Or if not, has he recovered? I'm
not going into what he was like after the game. Every incident's a bit different. All that matters to us is that he's feeling really good. He was terrific yesterday, feeling good today, and that's all that matters.
That was one incident in a tough game. Visions come to light of the attempted elbow, whatever you want to call it, from Nick. Do you think Essendon overstepped the mark on the weekend?
That's a question you'll have to ask for Essendon. We're into the Tigers this week. We've moved on. It's our preparation now is about Richmond this weekend. So that's a question for Essendon, not for me.
Is the game on the right track with it all? Like, we spoke about people who still think that action is okay and others who don't. But where do you stand on it? What would you like to see?
No, I think the game is on the right track, and I think you'll still see things happen in a game of football that you look at and you go, oh, geez, I'm not sure about that. And I think that's going to always happen, no matter what we do into the future. There's going to be things that happen on an AFL ground or a rugby league ground or a rugby union ground in sport that's going to happen that you look at and you think that needs adjusting, and that's always going to be the case, no matter what happens from the rule changes or things like that. It's always going to be things that we debate and discuss and not sure about. And what I'm confident is, though, as we're moving along as an industry, that we're moving as quickly as we can to try and keep adjusting to what we're learning about different things in our game, and we'll try and keep coaching that as we move. But I'm pretty confident that with the care that we've got amongst our playing groups all over the AFL, that that'll remain at the forefront.
Just an update on a weekly update on Taylor. How's he going?
Yeah, no, he's going well. He's going to do some training, and so he'll do some training this week and see how he pulls up. We'll sort of he hasn't done a lot of training. He's done a little bit of running last week, and which he was able to do in straight lines. He'll do some more change of direction running and a bit more training this week, and we'll see how he pulls up. We're mindful that he wasn't able to do a lot until this week, and we'll just see how he goes with his training sessions.
So see how he pulls up, as in not talking this weekend, it'd be that weekend after, or maybe this weekend?
Look, I don't know yet. I think it's probably maybe a little bit more doubtful for this week. I don't think, from one week of training that will throw him straight into an AFL game just yet. I think, we've got to be mindful that he probably needs to do a little bit more from a training perspective to get his, just to feel good about himself and to train and do some change of direction running and a bit of ball work that you can't really control. So I think we'll do a bit of that this week, and we'll see how he pulls up.
I know Tom covered it in detail. Can I just get your reaction overall to the drug allegations that came to light overnight?
I guess I'm not sure, other than that I just read like you guys did last night. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure the AFL's reaction. I haven't heard anything from the AFL today, so I'm like you guys. I don't know any more about it than that. It's my first instinct was I was surprised to read it, but I don't know any of the detail behind it, and I haven't heard anything from the AFL, so that's probably where I sit with it. I don't know enough about it at the moment.